Welcome to Tips and Tricks for February 2024. This month we will review how DocFlow works.
Okay, now let's talk about UnForm's DocFlow, which is our workflow solution. As an admin, I'm logged in and I can view all the workflows that are in process. And there is a really handy tool to the right that identifies the status of each of these workflows. The green indicates that its due date is 11 days or further. Blue is 10 days or less, and red is the we are past due. So let's take a quick peek at all the workflows that we have going on at this time. This one looks like there are 114 that are past due. Maybe the person is on vacation and needs some help covering their desk. Maybe they're behind. As an admin, I have the ability to go in and reassign these workflows or take care of them myself. So this is a really wonderful feature if you're the one that is responsible for all the workflows. But I'm going to open this particular workflow. Let's take a look at that one. In this window, you can see that we have 4 workflows open. I have decided to sort these by due date, which highlights in color where they are. This first one is 4 days past due, the next one is due in 2 days, and then the bottom 2 are 11 days and out. So let's take a look at the one that is past due. We see we have the invoice, and this is a 3-way match. So we're looking for other documents. We're looking for the packing slip, the receipt, and the purchase order. So let's take a look at the attachments and see if we in fact have those documents. Oh, it looks like we do. We have the purchase order, the receipt, and the packing slip. We have a really nice feature within UnForm that is also in the DocFlow, and that's called multi-view. By clicking on these 3 vertical bars, we will be able to see those documents that have been linked to that invoice. I'm going to view these in 2 to make them a little bit bigger. And you'll also notice that we have 4 sets of numbers here. These numbers correlate with each column of information or documents that we have here. So we have the invoice, we have the purchase order. Let's slide to the right. And you'll see we have the receipt and a packing slip. So we do have everything we need to proceed with the process of this workflow. But before we do that, maybe we want to double check that the packing slip had the exact number that was requested on the invoice. And we can do a comparison side by side by hiding columns in between. So let's hide 2 and 3. And now we have the invoice and the packing slip side by side. We can see the invoice has the 5 mixers, the 3 ovens, and then the 2 baker's ovens. And over on the right side, you can see the packing slip matches. It has 5 mixers, 3 ovens, and then the 2 Baker Pride ovens. So we do have all the documents necessary for this to proceed. Let's go back to the DocFlow. Maybe there's an email that came with one of these documents that needs to be attached to this, or a picture, and this can be easily done by clicking on this plus button, which will upload the file, and then will be included in the list of documents you can view. Now, the next step is to move this through the process, and we do that with the Action tab. This is configurable based on your business needs and processes. So we're currently in the role of clerk. When I click this drop down, it will show you all the steps and roles that go with this workflow. We're in the accounting clerk role, and I'm going to approve this, and then it will move it forward to the next person or step in the process, which will be the controller. When I do that, an email will be sent to that person or department to alert them that there is an activity within the workflow that needs their attention. Before I move this forward, I would like to point out that down at the bottom here, we have this box, and this space can be used for however you want. You can use it or not. You might have a list of steps that need to be done by this particular person or role before it's forwarded to the next one, and you can list that out here. It's based on whatever information you'd like to use. So I'm going to approve this, and I'm going to move it to the next step, role, or person. And when I do that, it will, like I said, send an email. And you will notice down at the bottom, now it's in the step of the controller. Here's the drop down showing that it's gone from the clerk to the controller. And the message below has also changed. And you can continue this process all the way through until it's completed. We have a Notes tab. You have the ability of typing in any kind of note you'd like. You might want to mention you spoke to somebody, maybe that there's something that's important for somebody to review before it goes through the next step. You can type in whatever note you'd like to type in here, and when you do, it will add a date and timestamp and identify who it is that typed in the message. I'm in as an Accu admin, and that shows me and the date and timestamp. We also have a Logs tab, and the Logs tab identifies all the steps and activity that's been done with this particular workflow. So that completes the process of a workflow.
Thank you, Vickie. If you have suggestions or comments, please send them to Dan Schmitt at dans@synergetic-data.com. For UnForm tips and tricks, thank you. We are looking forward to seeing you again next month.